What's going on? It's your boy Ghost Rider 730. And I just want to say like this. Today's video is about Black Lives Matter and how I feel. It's not going to be a big video. I mean, I'm just kind of stressed. And before anything, I would like to say, I would like a moment of silence for George Floyd, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, a lot of the fallen black brothers that died to police brutality, white racist police officers. All right. Now, George Floyd died. That man didn't deserve that. And for that officer to apply pressure like that with his knee on his neck, which I'd never seen a move like that before, was wrong. And for the black brothers out there, they protesting hard. For the good brothers out there that's trying their best hard to protest, keep protesting, but protest the right way. For the brothers and sisters out there that are using this man's death as a way to get Gucci, as a way to get Jordans, as a way to get jewelry, as a way to get anything, TVs, you are wrong. You wrong for that. That man died. Protest the right way. When you go vandalizing and destroying things, you're not protesting right. And it gives them excuse to hurt people, to hurt y'all even more. It's just sad that people are not waking up. You have a lot of racist police officers out there, and you have good ones. And a lot of people got cameras where you see a lot of racist, officers hitting people, spraying white people in the face with mace, kicking them, pushing them, shoving them, hitting people, trying to run people over in the city. Right now, New York is getting live too. Everywhere around the United States is getting crazy. But they need to do it the right way, because a lot of people are getting hurt. A lot of people are trying, but they don't understand that going violently and trying to destroy things is not the way to go. Eric Garner died the same way he couldn't breathe that George Floyd died. Yes, the brothers are in an uproar, and it's all right. They have the right to, because what was going on was wrong. That cop should get punished. He should be in jail. If not, God forgive me, I don't believe into that, but they should do him the same way he did that man. Have handcuffs on him and let somebody put a knee to his neck so he can see how it feels when someone's saying, I can't breathe. Now, I have kids that's black. I have a daughter that's 20 and my son is 18. They're half black, half Puerto Rican. And I just want the people to do this the right way, meaning that Martin Luther King, he marched. He marched. He didn't go violently, destroying things and going crazy. That's not going to help y'all. You already got the presidents sending, basically for martial law, they're bringing in the army and all that. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to start shooting when he meant, basically, just be smart about it. I know the people's on an uproar. Yeah, they destroying things. Okay. But they need to know that that's not the way to go. It ain't. Be smart about it, man. Protest the right way. Martin Luther King was the way. He did it. Y'all can do it too. But if y'all gonna go about it thinking y'all can fight these people, you ain't got a chance. Y'all have to understand that, yeah, go ahead, break the precincts, destroy things. Basically, certain parts you seen them destroy their own community. Wake up. That's not gonna make them change their minds. There's still gonna be racism. Racism been here the longest, but they have to change. They have to change, because at the end of the day, where it's gonna lead us as a people. If you try to go to war with them, you're gonna lose. Yeah, you're doing your thing for now, but when they really turn it up, are you ready for that? You're gonna lose a lot of people, and it's crazy because these governors and these senators and the presidents and them and these higher uppers, man, they are the bloodlines of generations. They're they're the rulers of the world, basically. They're the rulers, and we're just the people that work. They the oh man, I'm just kind of hurt on what's going on here. Like seeing people getting hurt, getting locked up, getting beat down. The United States government system, you have to do something with these police officers that are racist, that are shooting black people for nothing. I saw a black old lady come out because her grandson was terrified and they have guns drawn out. Why do they have guns drawn out on somebody that doesn't have a weapon? Why are these cops not getting punished? This is what protesting is. We have to come to get justice. But thinking you could destroy things and thinking you could take them head on, it's not going to work. That's not. And for everybody protesting out there, the real protesters going out there with their signs and trying to speak up, God bless all of y'all, and you're doing the right thing. For those that want to be knuckleheads and use this man's death to go out and vandalize and get a game, to get a TV, a video game machine, anything is dead wrong. You are wrong. You not doing nothing. You just a crook. You a crook. You going in there stealing things, you a crook, man. That's what you are. You a thief, basically. But when you doing it the right way, and you going up there and you repping the black people the right way, that's when I say I pick up my hand. Black power, brother. That's how it is. When you over there stealing, what's up, Cyberwolf? What's going on, my brother? You're not doing nothing for the black people. You're only making it worse. That's that's how it is, man. Represent, man, but do it the right way. Doing crimes and breaking things and stealing is not. That's not. What are you getting out of that? What are you gaining off of somebody's death? You got some clothes. You got some expensive stuff. Wow, that's crazy. You out here in LA, Cyber, and it's looking crazy. Word. Out here in New York, they're getting crazy too, bro. It's all over, my brother. It's just sad that look what's going on. Everybody's uniting, and our government's bringing in the army, and I don't want them hurting basically our people, bro. That's the sad thing, man. That a lot of people died, and I understand why people, the hate and the pain is coming out. But listen, right now, as I'm speaking to you, this man siren is going by in New York, and I think over 300 people are already locked up. So It's a matter of time, bro, before they. We already got a curfew, I think, from 11 to 5 in the morning already. Look at this. And the president is trying to get everything back in order. Like I said, man, for those who are protesting the right way, man, much respect to y'all. Try to get these young kids and other people to do it the right way, because they're only going to get hurt, and they're using that man's death to do the wrong thing. If you really care about that man, protest the right way. They will listen. But if you try to do it the wrong way and try to gain something out of it, they're going to blow your ass away. Like, people need to understand that this ain't a game. It's real. But I understand, Cyber, Cyberwolf, I understand that for the blacks, it's been hard. Yes, you can, my brother. If you want to get on with me, you can do that. You got Twitter? Let me know right now, my brother. You, you, hold on. Are you, are we friends on there? Are we following each other? It's the same thing, Cyberwolf. Got you. Hold on, my brother. My kids is half black, bruh. I don't want my son, you understand? Like, going through some stuff like that. Wait, no, search message. I gotta try to find. Hold on, hold on. Search for somebody. Hold on 1 second, my brother. For those that's watching, hold on a second. I'm trying to get Cyberwolf in here. If any one of y'all want to stop by, just let me know on the comment section if y'all want to jump in or something, so we could talk about this discussion. It's not about gaming today. It's just about real life stuff that's going on and what's going on with the community, man. Because it's getting crazy. Give me a second, guys. Yo, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Um, bruh, I'm about to just post it on the link right here, bro. Freak it. Post it on the comment. All right. And I don't know if you could grab it from there or something, because I couldn't find your name. I don't know if I'm following you. I think I'm doing it wrong. All right, hit me up on Twitter, bro. Got you. Got you right now. Let me go to my Twitter. Twitter. Okay. Okay, I see you right now. Am I following you now? I think I am. I think I am, my brother. Let me see. I sent it to you, bro. Sorry, guys, for the technical difficulties. I'm just trying to get this good brother in here in this room with me in this little. It's not going to be too long podcast. I'm just saying that so many people died, bro. So many people died in the hands of these racist police officers, and I understand why the black nation, the brothers are upset, and I understand their pain. It's crazy. It's just sad to see that for you to take a man's life, like Eric Garner, George Floyd, recent, Sean Bell getting shot up his car, like so many people dying because people want to be racist. Or I was nervous, I was scared. What? What? You are trained police officers. That doesn't make any sense, and that's not cool. I feel that you shouldn't kill people. What did you learn in the force? What, the hate and kill blacks? I don't get that. You Nobody, when you born, you're not racist, man. I think it's taught to you. Being racist is taught. So Saibu, I got you in here, my brother. Hopefully you join the room. Oh my God, man. Just the sirens all day, seeing things on Twitter, people getting beat up and what they doing, and catching these cops, these police officers, this crooked, vandalizing too, making believe you catching them late at night, breaking windows, breaking stores, making believe it's people doing that, rioting. Nah, man, something's up. And what I feel is they getting caught red-handed, and something's gotta give. Something's gotta happen. Like they gotta cut it out because more and more they're getting exposed on a lot of things that they doing. Cybo, if you can hear me, did you get the link? Well, it's just sad, man. I just don't understand, like, why? Why would what would possess them to do this? Like, okay, yes. What's going on, Cyber Wolf?
Hey, hold on, let me fix this real quick.
Okay,
Okay. Let's go with you, bro.
what's going on, my brother?
Yeah, not much. I was um, I was listening and I was like, yeah, this gonna be a deep one right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been seeing a couple other content creators talk about it as well, and yeah, it's definitely not as I would say this. It definitely is not as good as they seem, but I would say this: when it comes to what they're doing right now, what they got going on, I take a different type of side to it
yeah,
because I'm like, when it comes to let's say the violent part of it, is that I'm like this. Uh, what was it? Martin Luther King said. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Rioting is the way that the voiceless." So I just saw the quote too. Riot is the language of the oppressed or something. And I know when it gets like real bad, it gets real scary at times, and like everybody has something they're trying to protect right now. But
Yeah.
yeah. But when I look at it, I'm like this. When we look at police killings of black people and mostly black men, like when we look at that, we want to like go a peaceful route. We want to go like, hey, let's not riot and loot and all this other stuff. Let's just go outside, march with our fist up, and see what that does. But to be quite honest, if we're being truly honest, that has never worked. I
Right.
mean, when we look at like civil rights, like that was like one of the only times where black people literally had, this country at its knees, ready to like, give in to our demands. And instead of demanding something that was actually useful, like reparations for slavery, we demanded just to be in the same vicinity as white people. And they was like, "Oh, that's all you want?" And it's like, "All right, cool," because they know that there's nothing to gain from just being around them. All they got to do is just go behind closed doors, which they did, which makes it a lot harder to prove whether things are racist or not, because everything is always conducted behind closed doors. You never know what's really going on, even though you see it. and and so like when we look at that, it really did nothing. But a lot of times, history, because history is written by the victors, they like to look over the black people who really got things going through violence, like like the deacons of defense. Like this is a group of black men from the church who were deacons. They were armed to the teeth, protecting Martin Luther King Jr. and others. Like they were about that life. Like they was going to make sure that they protect their own. Same thing with Malcolm X. Like he had like the nation that was right behind him, ready to get down no matter what. Like if things got hairy, they were down to do whatever. And not only that, but it's like there's other little unknown instances where like I believe it was after like what was it, World War I or something, um, or what was it, World War II? I forgot. But basically, black men in the army were tired of how they were being treated. So when they got back to the states, they literally pulled up on a bunch of white officers or something, and just like let them have it. And it's like things like that, like stuff like that is hard to even bring up because it's like there it's so swept under the rug. Is that when it comes to how people depict that black people got what we got, they love to say that it was through nonviolence. But when you start to dig real deep, you'll start to see that things really get done through violence, because the only language that someone with aggression speaks is equal or greater aggression. And as as sad as that is, that's kind of the reality that we're in right now. I mean, like when we compare white people from today to white people to, let's say, during the world colonization tour, is like, yeah, today they're probably not as bold, or they're not as in your face about it. But when you really look at it, like how many Native Americans do you know? I mean, like completely honest. I mean, even though Hispanics are really the Native Americans, but they don't classify themselves as that. But when we look at Native Americans, how many of them do you know? When we look at like the recompense for slavery, what do you see was really done, and what was done in retaliation to what's done for us that didn't really help anything at all. It's like you'll find that people, especially non-black people, saying like, "Oh, you guys got Obama," I'm like the. I mean, many black people, especially everybody else, don't know that Barack Obama was by far the worst president for black people ever.
You, you keep spit that fire, my brother.
Yeah, because it's like through him, like white millionaire families went from like 4 million white American families that were worth a million or more, went to 12. We were going through a recession then.
Mm.
How was it able? How was it that white families were able to go up to being millionaires more so than blacks? And he's black, and we're going through a recession. And not only that, but when we look at like stuff like My Brother's Keeper, whatever happened to that?
Let me. I was at one time. I lived in Florida for like a year, maybe two,
Mm-hmm.
and I met a couple of Vietnam veterans. They were white and old timers, and they told me the truth. They was like, "Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why we did lose the Vietnam War is because we was fighting each other." And I said, "What?" And it was like, "Yeah, we every time we went into the bush, we was killing each other as well as them, but we was killing each other. Meaning, white people was killing black people was killing white people.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that, but this is told to me by white Vietnam veterans, and they was telling me like, yo, basically sitting down, and they was explaining like reporters. You see how reporters nowadays they got the freedom to say, yo, this guy did this in the army, and remember how they show footage of a plunger in a guy's butt? It was like, oh, and they got footage of that. He was like, back in the days in Vietnam, you do that, we take you on a ride on a helicopter, and you slip right off. Like basically, in short words, they trying to tell you that the news people wasn't on it like that, getting footage like that and doing things. Well, what he explained to me was the Vietnam War was lost because they were fighting amongst each other, meaning blacks, Hispanics, and the whites was going at it, killing each other in the bush, in the field, as
Mm-hmm.
well as the gooks where they was fighting them. So it's like, yeah, now I realize, yeah, that can happen where your army or the brothers is over here, the whites over here, they going, brrr. Nobody knows when you're shooting it out. There's no cameras there. I shoot you in the back and I keep it moving. There's a war. You're gonna think he got shot by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That I swear to everything I love, man. That was told to me.
Yeah.
Just like I want to break something down, and I got told this by a racist CEO, my brother, and I'm gonna let you talk after this. This racist CEO, and I put the tweet out. Nobody really tweeted it out, but this was told to me by a racist CEO. He said the biggest gang in the world is the police. And I said, huh? And he was like, yeah. You see how you got Bloods, you got Crips, you got Nietas, you got whatever you gangster disciples. You name any gang. And he was like, yeah. Well, we out on the streets with y'all. Every state, everything, and every penitentiary jail, we in there too with y'all. So when you really it dawns on you, really think, yeah, the police is outside with gangs,
Mm-hmm.
and also the police is in jail with gangs. So they doing the time with y'all. So basically, he said, "Yeah, we in jail with you, and also you're not legalized to have guns. It's illegal. You go to jail for that. But they got the right to have theirs. They legalized to have theirs. In
Mm-hmm.
gangs, you take oaths. Police officers take oaths too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you never see when they shoot somebody and they kill somebody, they get death time or they get no time. Basically, you don't never really see
Paid
them go to jail.
vacation.
Pay vacation too. You see all of that is because they're a gang, bro. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely.
Just like in the gang, you back your brother up to the death. Well, they back their brothers up to the death. And
Mm-hmm.
for
That's one
us,
wall of silence.
yeah, you got to see it. Like to me, I see it like this: they guards, they the guards. The powers is the higher uppers. They guard and everything, so they can hurt us. We the people, basically, we the slaves. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
So the slaves is at our uproar right now, basically. Show words. They say it's a land of free, but they just paying us and everything. But it's a long story. I don't even like getting into that stuff. But go ahead, do your thing. I just see it as what's going on right now was wrong. It is very wrong with killing. I ain't gonna lie, seeing a lot of black people die for no reason, no apparent reason getting killed, and that is sad. And
Mm-hmm.
I had, like I said, I had kids that's half black, and I don't want my son or daughter getting mistreated and killed because a guy saying that I'm scared of that young black man, oh, making an excuse to blow him away when he don't even got a gun. not even a knife, just because of his skin color. That is sad. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah,
There's no excuse. And go ahead, Cyber, take the floor, because I'm
yeah,
just messed up right now with all of this is
yeah,
going on. Sirens, everything that's going on, man.
I feel you. It's funny. I was in the bathroom before I came here, and like, there's like a little. My dad has a little sunroof thing in there, and for some reason, it just sounds like chaos outside, but it doesn't look like it. I
Mm-hmm.
was, it was just weird. I was like, it sounds like something going down, and I hear sirens, but it's really faint because it's like really quiet in here because I'm the only one here right now. But it was just like super quiet, and it's just like I heard like something far out, and I was just like, yeah, it sounds serious. Like I understand it's quiet over here, but I mean, if it's quiet over here and I can hear something over there, if I can hear something over there, that's yeah, that is a problem. That's a definite problem.
Yeah, man.
And
We like like Cyber. I see Cyber. I see it like this, man. Martin Luther King, when he did his march or whatever, you have to with these people. You have to keep it real. You can't just go trying to fight and attack, bro. Because if they send when they send the National Guards and everything, they're gonna be worse than the police. They can kill you, bro, straight up right there, and they're not going to jail.
hmm
There's a difference. They are higher than the police. They'll blow a cop's head off and not go to jail, bro, and won't think twice once they get the order to shoot.
hmm
That's what I don't want. I don't want the chaos. I don't want black people, Hispanic people, even white people's out there fighting, bro. It's
hmm
getting crazy. And I
yeah,
don't want that for none of us, bro. Nobody.
hmm I've been seeing some things where some people have been talking about how uh, there's
Gotti
like under.
360 just hit me up. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Talking about prayers up, Ghost. The president just declared. Oh, there it goes right here. I'm gonna put this up. He said, "Prayers up, Ghost. The president just declared martial law. My brother, fuck him, bro. Prayers to you and your
Dang.
and the family." And listen, this is what I always said. The coronavirus. God bless a lot of people that died, but I think this is what the government and the presidency wanted, bro. And when the coronavirus, everybody listened to have masks on, shocked them. Now they use this, and this is what they always wanted: martial law. They got something planned for us, man. Coming, man. I'm telling you, man. They
Yeah.
got something planned, man. This
Like,
is the
cause
scary thing, man.
yeah,
This is not the end of it, bro. Trust me.
oh
They
yeah,
got
it's
some
not.
stuff planned for us, bro.
Oh yeah, like there's been some people on social media saying that I really haven't been on social media like that. I've literally been trying to tune everything out. But the stuff that I did see, there was some people saying that they've seen people who look like undercover cops
Oh yeah.
or like people like that coming through or like informants or whatever coming through and causing all the mayhem. Like the black people are literally trying to stop them from doing it. But it's like, they get paid to like cause ruckus or they have some ulterior motive to cause ruckus. And the thing is that when we look at it, the government is always known for sending in informants.
Woo! They did it
When
to
it
the
comes
Black
to
Panthers, my brother.
the
They took
Black
them down.
Panther,
They took
yep,
the Panthers down, brother. They know what they're
hmm
doing. And I'm
yep,
glad. See, the only thing is there wasn't really cell phones, my brother, and
hmm
cameras like that back then. Now it is. So they catching them red-handed doing this. This is
yeah.
what I'm trying to tell you. This is something that they had planned for us, but I do not want to get on too much onto this because it will lead to something else, and a lot of people gonna hate, and it's gonna get crazy on us. Like, you know what
I
I mean?
mean,
Like,
I'll tell you right now, bro. We're already in trying times right now. Like we are in trying times where it's starting to come to the point where it's like, hey, yo, who are you? What do you stand for? And what do you represent? It's getting to that point now.
Gotti, I want to send you a link, my brother. Please send me a message on my Twitter, like a message, so I could just send you the link. I would love for you to get on this show right now and talk with us for a little bit, just a little bit longer, me and Saibu, to get your perspective. Because right now you put your wife is on the front lines of the COVID, and just to hear your voice, my brother, you come on there and speak. It will be coming from me, you, and him right now, and we just rock out for a little bit more, man, just to speak our mind on this. Because right now, what our government is doing, I don't know, man. This is getting too crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say when it comes to like what could happen, I know people don't like looking at the what ifs. I kind of do, but like the what ifs is that like if we look at it with the add with the addition of COVID to this lawlessness, when you think about it, with COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs, which means that they lost their ability to provide for themselves.
Hmm.
And when people don't have the means to provide for themselves and they need something, they have people at their home that they gotta provide for. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna go in them streets and they're gonna try to get it by any means necessary. And with like more like they've been pretty
Look at
quiet.
that. Wow.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh my God, that's loud.
Citywide curfew at effect 11 p.m. to 6 to 5 a.m. basically. External workers examinated. What? Wow, they really ain't playing, bro.
Mm,
They on it, my brother. They on it.
yeah, ours
Just
went from like 6 to 6 to 5 to 6, and now it's 4 to 6. So it was like they just kept winding down the clock, and they did this in the span of like 30 minutes. So I had
yo,
back alarms.
wow, man. This is
Yeah.
getting crazy, man.
Yeah, but like we are definitely in trying times where it's like it's going to get to that point where it's like who are you besides like to be quite honest, besides like who you are in an avatar, who you are as a father, who you are as a son, who you are as a neighbor. It's like it's getting to the point where it's like maybe it's gonna be to the point where we start to barter with each other to the point where we're going like circumventing money. Like it seems like it's getting to that point where things are gonna get it's gonna get destroyed and it's gonna be rebuilt and we're gonna be stuck in the middle of it almost. Because when you look at things like the economy, like especially in America, they've been pumping it full of like cash steroids. I forgot what the term was, but it's like, but it's basically when they pump in a lot more money into the
Yeah.
economy that they don't really have, and it basically causes inflation. I forgot the exact term, but like they've been doing this for like since like ever, and the money's not backed on any natural resource.
Mm.
So like the dollar is just steadily declining. And who's to say we won't get to the point where it's like a dollar won't be worth a wet fart? And if it comes to the point where a dollar is worth a wet fart, then it's like,
It ain't
how are we
worth
gonna
nothing, really, right?
yeah, what are we gonna do in order to get resources? What are we gonna do to get food? What are you gonna do to get water? Like, it's gonna start looking like something really weird. And whatever this chaos is that's gonna happen, they're gonna of course create order from this chaos,
Of course.
which could be some new type of credit system.
Hmm. Now, I've been into conspiracies and all that, and I just want to let you know and inform you that there's a lot of concentration camps built in the
Concentration. Yeah.
concentration camps built in the United States more than jails. You know that, right?
I didn't know more than jails, man.
Yes, yes, my brother, on the low. So, what do you think those things are built for? But people don't realize this because they're too busy in their day into their cell phones, trying to hang out, sell drugs, trying to get some chicks, or chicks trying to get guys, going out clubbing. People want to stay up, play video games. Nobody's really knowledgeable no more and looking up these things and seeing what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
people will be like, "Oh, nah, that's just crazy. You bugging out." No, this is what's really going down,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't realize that it's happening. It's unfolding little by little.
Mm-hmm.
How about the I'm just speaking my mind on this. The black plastic coffins that can hold 10 bodies
Yeah, I
that
saw
got
that.
exposed, and why
With the
do
FEMA
nobody
stuff.
around here know that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
pretty.
facts.
Yeah, when I was spreading on Facebook like a couple years ago, but it was like super big.
Okay, that's still out there for our bodies when we get out
Mm-hmm.
of control. See, people
Mm-hmm.
got to realize that they are steps ahead of us, technology wise. I forgot what lady it was that she came out and broke like oaths, and she said it. Your United States government is 50 years ahead of you in technology. I'm sorry, like it's over. Your government, meaning everything that the government's supposed to know, we supposed to have people
Mm-hmm.
tell us what they doing. And from what, and this was a while ago, this lady said it. There was 50 years of technology ahead of us. So the stuff that we got now is nothing. They
Mm-hmm.
advance from that. We getting old stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel that what they got is something planned, and this is just unfolding little by little. And right now, they're just testing it, and they, the uproars is happening now. People
Mm-hmm.
are fighting back. They tired. They got to understand that right now, people want blood. They upset. They mad, and keeping that guy protected and not letting that guy get served. He's a murderer. He's a killer. There's no denying that. You actually stood there and put your knee on that man's neck. I have never seen that before in my life. And to
Mm-hmm.
sit there and get people off of him, you're getting video recorded, and the guy's telling you can't breathe, and you see this man applying more pressure to his neck. That is crazy. That is uncalled for. That is
Mm-hmm.
murder.
Yep. Oh,
That is
actually, to be quite honest, that's a lynching.
a lynching.
A public display of a black person being murdered like that. That's a
I
lynching.
that man, I just couldn't believe what I saw. Like, wow. Like that is crazy. It's sad. But you're gonna have whites, blacks, Hispanics, Chinese, Indians. We're just gonna go down the line. And everybody is gonna fight. But hopefully they do it the right way, what I'm trying to say. Because they're not gonna listen to going at it and trying to break police cars and destroy police stations. You're not gonna get to the higher uppers like that. Yeah, you're gonna cause an uproar, and that's just gonna scare them, and they're gonna say shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
And what we get out of that? Just more dead black people, more dead black Hispanics, whites that tried, everybody, and we lose a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
We lose younger generations to what? For a pair of sneakers, for a
Mm-hmm.
TV, for a jersey. Think about that. We don't need them dying for that. We need our soldiers strong, just to man up and stay
Mm-hmm.
steady and strong and positive. Try, bro, because if you, I don't want nobody dying, bro. That's the main thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, they got you see female cops now, black cops and everything, and everybody in the forces like stopping these racist people. But then you go and see that's what I'm saying. These cameras are recording these racist cops doing things still. You got people running people over with cars and they taking them out of those cars and beating the crap out of them. Like those are people that's just ignorant, bro. It's all about ignorancy. They ignorant. Those people that are doing that are just straight ignorant. And the true colors are showing. And that's what you want. You want them to show their racism and whatever, whoever is racist. You want it to come out because now you know what that person's about. You get rid of them out of the force.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a person like that with a gun.
Well, actually, like yeah, the FBI said in 2006 that law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacist organizations, meaning that 14 years ago they were already in there. Who's to say that within 14 years they didn't already take over?
It's been like that, Wolf. They had judges and everything. If the Hell's Angels had judges, what do you think, my brother? I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Think
you're right.
about that.
Mhm. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they've been in the game for a minute. Like we all know that officers literally come from overseers. Like it literally it just went by a different name. That's literally all it went by. And their job is to protect property, not to protect people. And you see that they do that pretty well. They protect property, but they don't really protect people like that.
you, you gotta understand this. The, instead of them protecting us, they kill us. They
Mm-hmm.
hurt us. They abuse us. They throw you on the wall thinking you automatically a drug dealer. I lived in the ghetto, so I know, and I know you, my brother. You know the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was used to it. I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
They search you without a probable cause. You get
Mm-hmm.
thrown on the wall. The excuse is you fit the description. Somebody got a gun. What?
Mm-hmm.
They violate you like that, and you like hold on, like even if you know your rights, what's good is video cameras now, phone cameras, because you catch them out there doing stuff that they're not supposed to. When they pull you over in the car, they're getting caught. And it's sad that you see what they do to regular people. And this has been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
Years, my brother. This has been going on for years, man. And going back, and further back in the years, 50s, 40s, and all that, it was hard for the brothers, the Hispanics and them coming out, especially the brothers getting called the N word. We was
Mm-hmm.
getting called spics.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of things to it. But hey, now the times change, people changed, and the kids and the youth are changing. It's not really racist. You still get a bunch of knuckleheads out there. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But the world has changed, and that's what it's about. Keep changing, man. Leave the old ways. Yeah, your great 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 grandfather probably was how you say racist, but you're not. What he got to do with you? You understand? That that don't got nothing to do with you. You change. You your own man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now I think being brought up Cyberwolf, I think this. If there's somebody racist like that, he was taught that, or she
Mm-hmm.
was taught that. When you meet a racist person, it's not that kid or that baby was growing up and they decided, oh, I'm racist. They don't know nothing about racist.
Yeah. But how were they taught though?
So, a racist parent
No, no, I mean like, but what method of teaching are they taught?
from a parent that's racist, my brother, going look at that blah 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 blah. I hate those people, blah blah blah, and they kids pick up. Remember, a kid when they're young is like a sponge. Their brain is like a sponge. They pick up on everything. They soak things up.
Mm-hmm.
Babies and everything. So they learning this. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel that this is what's going on because how is it getting passed on like that?
Like thing is, a lot of people like to say that racism, it went away, it's gone, it's dead.
No,
But when we look at it, when we really start to look at things, where has racism really gone? Like, has it been packaged up as this one thing and been dealt with? Or is it just something that people swept under the rug hoping that it'll go away? And when you sweep things under the rug, they have a tendency of coming back to doing something to mess something else up.
yeah,
I would say this when it comes to America, the only way America is ever going to come to any type of peaceful state is if America gives black people reparations for what they done. They are, when you look at what like white people do as far as philanthropy or um, community, stuff, when we look at what it is that they do, we notice that for some reason it always seems like they try to go so hard at basically fixing their karma basically with other things like saving whales or getting every man canceled for doing something or for pushing LGBTQIA2SPPHO agendas or like standing up for women's rights. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with any of that, but what I'm saying is that it seems like they're going extra hard on those causes. It's like they're trying to avoid going to the other cause that they know that they need to pay for, which is what their ancestors done to us and how they benefited from it and continue to benefit from what their ancestors done and continuously neglecting neglecting their bill basically. It's like you guys ran up a tab and now it's time for you to pay. And it's like, well, I paid my landlord, I paid my car insurance, I my switching to Geico, or like, I paid my internet for this month. I paid the water bill. Like, why are you trying to come at me? Because you ate in my restaurant for 5 years and have never paid. Maybe it's time for you to pay that rather than focusing on all your other bills. And it's
Mm,
like, well, all bills matter, man. I got to pay everything. But it's like, yeah, you got to pay us too. But it's like, I'm gonna give some money to the people who go over to Africa and give people AIDS. So let me just give money to that because that's more noble than like giving money to Black Americans for us taking a dump on their people, using them as literal items, and then discarding them once we were done, and probably only come back just for sexual favors.
mm,
And it's like America will never fully heal until they pay Black Americans reparations. Now trust me, America has paid people for what they've done. They paid Native Americans. They paid Japanese Americans for what they did to them during World War II. They were even the credit for France to pay the France and Germany, I think, to pay the Jews. But when we look at it, the only people America hasn't really paid that they've wronged in some way or trying to be over sympathetic has been Black Americans.
but
They have literally avoided that at every single turn.
so,
And when we look at it, racial relations never seem to get better.
yeah, Saibu, I was gonna tell you though, the Indians really didn't get any. Just to bring it up, they didn't really get s- something like that. If you really think about it, this whole country, this whole land is theirs, the Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, they only got a small part of the land, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something like this: they got almost extinct, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So they really deserve a whole lot, my brother. As a race, as Native American race, they got almost extinct, meaning there's no more, there won't be no Native Americans. This land was theirs. So you talking about maybe black people getting that? They got a little bit of stuff, but not like people think, and they almost got extinct, my brother. That's the thing that's weird. And they live in their own, they got their own little Indian things. But think about this. What they went through too was them fighting and losing their land and
Mm-hmm.
almost getting wiped out where there's no Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave them a small part of land and something else. But you got to think about this, bro. Like y'all do for stuff too, because y'all helped build the United States. But
Mm-hmm.
they had it bad.
I would say
Like
this when it.
somebody coming to take your land. Think about this. Somebody comes and take what everything you got, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And say, yo, bro, we're gonna give you the kitchen. Now we give you the kitchen, everything in that kitchen's yours. Now we're gonna make a Buffalo Bill team, that's $1 billion franchise. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
use the name the Buffalo Bills. We're gonna use the Atlanta Braves. We're gonna use it as the Braves, but we're gonna use the Indian symbols on that. We're gonna use college teams. When you look at all the Indian things that they use, the Indians don't get no money out of those billionaire factory things. Those billionaire rich white men, the Indians don't make no money out of none of that. And they try a lot because
Mm-hmm.
they using Native American things. And they don't get nothing really,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with you. So when you really look at it, black people need their justice. But the Indians didn't even get their justice and they almost got wiped out, extinct. You can find a lot of black people in Africa. You understand me? And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people around the world. But you can't really find Native Americans like that, bro.
But like I said before, Hispanics are the Native Americans. They're the descendants. Like Native Americans weren't just in like continental America. They were all throughout
But
Americas,
no, no, I'm gonna tell you
North
like
America
this.
and South America.
What happened to black people in America was bad, bro. I'm not gonna say I'm not taking nothing away, my brother. Let's not even talk about the Native Americans. The situation was going on now to when you like man, when I was in Florida, I forgot where I was at. Man, I seen where the black slaves was at, man, where they was putting them by the streets. I forgot the name of it.
Hmm.
Bro, they still got those things where there was that. Oh man, hold up. One second, babe. What was the place in Florida we went with where they said the first black slaves is going? The first black slaves is going in Florida when we went with Ricky and Erica. You forgot? Damn. Well, you can see where it's open where you can see like you could picture the boat coming in and
Oh
bringing
yeah,
the
no,
slaves.
I had no. I was in. I lived in Mobile for a little while, and that was reportedly the last time, the last port where slaves were sent into America before they abolished it.
Yeah, and it was right across from there is the one of the oldest in America, the United States Catholic Church. Right then and there, bro. And you can
Hmm.
see the same thing where they had where the chains is at and everything, and they still got it up. And that's like
Hmm.
a piece of history, my brother. So yes, I'm not gonna lie. As a black nation, yes, you had it hard, my brother. And I give my deepest sympathy on that. Until now, even with deaths and everything. And remember, not all white people's bad. Because remember, the white people that tried helping Harriet Tubman and them with the Underground Railroads and a lot of white people that was trying to keep black people away from slavery and all that. What you think happened to them when those white people caught them for holding black slaves?
Oh yeah, they got the same treatment.
They got killed, bro.
Hmm.
There's no denying that.
I would say like this: when it comes to abolitionists, or like white people who are for the cause, I would say this: my metric for white people like that is John Brown. You know of John Brown?
John Brown sound familiar.
Yeah, he was a white pastor, and he and his sons and a couple of other dudes, they picked up guns in order to liberate black people. Like
Yeah.
they said, like, we're not just gonna, say some nice things or try to talk to our politicians. They say, nah, we gonna pick up arms and we gonna get this done. And by golly, they did that, and him along with his sons were all hung in the process. Because it's funny, because a slave snitched on him. And actually, like a slave snitched on a white person trying to help them. And
Wow.
like, and that
Same.
out, and that's like that, like, to hear that, it was like, that's mind boggling. But it's like, yeah, oh, like, that's my metric for, like, people say good white people. I hold them to like the John Brown standard. I'm like, so this man was willing to pick up arms against his own brethren in order to make sure that we were straight. So I'm like, are you willing to do the same?
Hmm.
Or are you willing to share? Like, are you willing to put blood on it like he did? Because he put a lot, him and his families. Like, are you willing to put that type of blood on it? And I'm like, if no, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to Malcolm X you. You can help, but you can't join.
I get you what you're saying. I got you, my brother. St. Augustine was where I was talking about in Florida, where I was at.
And, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
hmm But yeah, what you are saying, you're right, man. But look, right now, you got white people out there in the battlefield, Spanish and blacks right now going at the police force. And
Mm.
hopefully, we don't lose a lot of people for nothing. You understand? Like, I just hope the government does the right thing and take care of these evil, racist people in the police force. They have to get rid of those people, man. You
But those,
can't give those people guns, man. Like, and
I mean,
expect them to
like,
protect
look here,
people.
bro. Look here, bro. As much as we would like for that to be the case, dog, we got, because the police is just the first part of, like, who's really behind closed doors, shaking some hands and signing some lines. Like, there's people further up than that who are making moves like this.
Yes.
That's the real scary part. Because, like, we want it to be like, please, let's just go, let's just like get it together, everybody be cool, and, like, calm down, everybody's good, we gonna leave each other alone, everybody, cool or whatnot. But, like, it would be it's nice, but I'm like, to be quite honest, the further we go along, the more I see why Malcolm X was for segregation.
Mm.
Because it's like, if nobody's going to try to right no wrongs, then we can't be together. Because it's like everybody's going to have some gripes. Like, being from out here in LA, I grew up in Inglewood,
Mm.
And I remember at my school, there would be race riots between blacks and Hispanics. Well, I don't really call them Hispanics; I call them Native Americans. But it would be like race riots between blacks and Native Americans at my school in Warren Lane. And then sometimes it would even be the same in Monroe, which is our rival school, and they had more Native Americans there than they did blacks. And in Warren Lane, there was more blacks than Native Americans, so it was always kind of a back and forth because I went to both schools, and even as kids, we were going through that. And then there would be, times where I would hear stories about like how some Native American gang decided to gentrify an area by killing or kidnapping a black girl and like picking on people in order to get black people out of there. And it's like there's stories like this, and
Vice versa, right? It
yeah,
happened.
yeah, it happens. And I'm like, we have stories like this, and it's like when you think about it, like people aren't really happy about things that happen, and they hold grudges, and people aren't really too keen on like just like putting those aside so easily, even for a common cause, which we should all fight for or whatnot. But it's like when you look at people who have history and stuff like that, or when you look at with the how previously before Martin Luther King Jr., how no black civil rights leader advocated for immigration. All of them were against it because
Mm.
they was like, if we don't be against it, then it'll make it harder for black people to gain an economic foothold in this country or whatnot, which is true because as more immigrants came in, blacks have lost our need. I mean, we lost our usefulness in America, but it's like still like that's still pretty. That's not completely nice. But like we're not. It's even though we would like to be nice, it's not all about the niceties. But it's like even during times like this where we should come together, bro. People got a like groups of people. We got a whole lot of baggage against each other. And to be quite honest, I don't see that working because when you look at the government, like I was saying, when it was infiltrating, the Black Panthers, they even infiltrated the KKK and whatnot, even though they didn't do nothing to the KKK though. But it's like even like they infiltrate places, they infiltrate gangs, and they
Yeah,
get people to turn against each other.
but that's
Like
how you control. You control
yeah,
them up.
you control
That's
through chaos.
yes. That's how they. That's how they succeeded. Now you going into. Woo, you going into. Oh man, I know you're going into stuff that I probably could agree a lot with you on, and that's going into a whole. We opening up a whole nother can of worms, and I think these people out there are maybe not even ready for that.
Mm,
Honest truth, because you breaking it down, and we can go on for hours. Me and you talking about what's gonna go, or breaking down these
mm,
levels, because they
yeah.
have levels, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And within those levels, they got different branches. And as you can see, that right now we facing off with one, and like you said, there's so many that it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I actually have a theory about how things are going to turn out for the next couple hundred years. You want to hear it?
Go
I know
ahead.
it might be pretty heavy.
Before we go ahead.
Yeah, it might be a little heavy though. But I don't have a lot of knowledge on history. I'm not gonna lie. Like there like I know a little bit, but there is still so much more that I don't know. So I always look at things from the perspective of there's always more I can learn. So that's why I say I don't know much. But it's like an educated guess basically.
Hmm.
So what's happening right now and what it's going to lead to is that right now, based on things like based on white supremacy from history, from let's say the colonial era and slavery era to how it is right now, which is the prison era and the policing era. The way I see it right now is that, and also with the chaotic, dysfunction between white supremacist families. And when we look at who are these factions of people under white supremacy, before they used to just be, white patriarchy, like KKK, black the the Black Knights or something, some stuff, other neo Nazis and stuff like that. So it looks to me like it's going to be, instead of just them now, it's them, feminists, and immigrants, intersectionalists. Now, the way that I see that happening is, there was a chart on Twitter and somebody put called the American hierarchy, and at the top it was like categorized in five categories. It's an upside down pyramid. One at the top was white, Jewish, LGBTQIA2SPPHO, and then under them it was Asian, Indian, Middle Eastern. Under them it was Hispanic and Black immigrant, and then under them it was Black women, and then under them, well, Black American women, and under them it was Black American men, and like that's the hierarchy. And if we use something like that, we can see why these factions of power, everybody's scrambling for power. When you look at organizations like feminists and LGBTQ plus and immigrants or intersectionalists, when you start to look at these people kind of vying for power, it's looking like it's going to be a war for it, because right now white supremacy is trying to reestablish another 500 years of white supremacy control. And it's like every so often, white supremacy got to make sure that they're re-upping, because it's like a subscription. They got to re-up every couple hundred years or so. And right now, it's like they're at a weak moment because they're trying to redo it, and it looked like it's starting to get out of hand. So it's like it could turn into some bigger chaos, like some Mad Max type stuff, or we're going to end up in another system similar to the one that we had before, but it's going
Yeah.
to be a lot more invasive. I'm talking about like having advertising billboards in your house type invasive. Like I'm talking about like, everything you do from the first piss you take in the morning to the last dump you take at night, everything being monitored and registered in a database somewhere.
Wow.
And it looks like it's going to be to the point where it's going to be this super level of monitoring, to the point where, like, like I said before, like you ain't going to cough, and spit out your loogie without the government knowing what the capacity of that, what the volume of that loogie was. Like
Yeah.
that was like, was that like half a milliliter, my nigga? Like, yeah, we got to calculate that. We need that. And it seems like it's going to get to that point where it's that invasive. And if you
Well, you
aren't
ain't got your privacy no more, basically.
oh no,
You
no
lose
more
all of
privacy.
that. I
Yep,
know what you getting at. I know what you mean. Whew, I heard about something like that, and I heard it was starting off with 5G or something like that. That
it
they ain't
could
no.
be. Because 5G, if they get 5G all over the place, it's literally enough internet. Like it's gigabit internet, it's fiber optic speed internet. You know how high resolution the pictures you can get
Bro,
from
I
that?
heard you don't even forget about it, but it knows everything about you. That is outrageous from what I heard. Like, but I want to look into all of that. But
Mm.
definitely, man. I just want to say thank you for stopping by, bro.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, man, because you just hopefully whoever watches this get an understanding of cyberwolf side and my side on certain things on the topics that we touching up today on this show about what's going on. I live in New York. He lives in L.A. Right now. New York's going crazy. There's over 300 some people locked up. You got people burning down paddy wagons, burning down. I don't know if they got a precinct or whatever, but they getting.
Hmm.
Just the other day, I woke up with my wife like 2, 3 in the morning. Boom! Here a car hit.
Dang.
I looked. My wife like, babe, man, we run to the window, look out. We see D boys hopping out the car. Their car is dented. They got the vest on, two females, two males. Like they
God.
running, yeah, over here. And I was like, dang, sound like it's getting crazy, man. And over there where you at, I know it's getting live over there.
Yeah,
Because
I
LA
seen some
since
buildings
Rodney
on
King kept
fire.
it live with the riots and all that. So I know they just stepping it up. But
Yeah.
we just don't want to lose soldiers, man. We don't want to lose no soldiers, man. Just everybody hold your head. It's your boy Ghost Rider 730, man. Let us know down in the comment section. This is my boy Cyberwolf, and he spoke his mind today, and hopefully you get something out of this, and hopefully you see, man. Let's try to make this happen and keep the peace. If you're running in there thinking that you're helping George, you know, if you're helping him and you're helping Everett Gardner and Sean Bell and all these other guys that died, literally died from police officers by running and stealing and breaking in for TVs or whatever you did.
Mm-hmm.
You're not helping. You're not helping the black youth. You're not helping the black nation with that. You're only gonna get yourself shot up for being a criminal and a crook. Do it the right way. You see my brother Cyberwolf. If he has to, he'll go out there. And if I was close by him, I'll go out there and walk with him
Mm-hmm.
and show love. That's what it's about. And if it get crazy, hey, it get crazy, and we gotta handle fight back. So be it. But at least we know we tried.
Yeah.
Just don't go out there trying to go the hard way, thinking you could take down shields and guys hitting you in the head with a club, and what you got, a bottle or a rock. You ain't even got a gun to even try anything, and they doing you dirty. Once they
Mhm.
start letting go those cannons, it ain't no turning back.
Even the
Remember,
rubber bullets, even the rubber bullets hurt. They hurt like a mug.
yes, the rubber bullets hurt, my brother. You seen what the National Guards did when they shot that lady? Pack with the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Back up. Get in the house. Boom. That hurts, bro. Little
Mm-hmm.
girl got maced. Before I go, I seen a little girl. She got maced. A little girl. What are you doing, bringing your daughter out? What are
Mm-hmm.
you doing, bringing these little kids out there while you protesting? What are you doing? You know, anything in a split of a second could pop off, and you got your kids out there. Those parents should be ashamed of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So God bless all of y'all, man. Thank you for stopping by and rocking out with me and Cyber Wolf.
And
I
also, one more
appreciate
thing.
it. Go ahead, Cyber.
Um, make sure that you're also pointing out whenever you think that people are um instruments of anarchy.
Yeah, cops and
Whenever
all
you,
that, right?
yeah, whenever you think you're seeing somebody who's doing some sneaky stuff, make sure you always out them. Because I know I seen a post where somebody out one of these white kids for like it's kind of like incite trying to incite some stuff, but they recorded him before it happened. So I'm like, make sure before y'all see anybody doing something like that, that you guys are like recording them and letting people know that this is the person who's starting something in your area, so that everybody knows that it's not just the protesters doing this, that it could be some other stuff.
Yes. You hear that? So for y'all out there, video record everything you can. So if you see anybody doing something dumb that looks suspicious and look like they could be a police officer, an agent, record them, because a lot of them are getting blown up for doing the wrong thing and making it look like it's blacks out there trying to riot and destroy things. And it's a lot of times it's not. It's kind of crazy, but you catch them out there and it's the police doing it,
Mm-hmm.
or it's agents doing it on the low, and they doing it for a reason and a cause. So y'all guys, God bless y'all. Thank you for rocking out with me and my bro, man. Your Cyberwolf, once again, thank you, man.
No, no problem, bro. Thanks for
God
having me
bless
on.
you, my brother. You
You
got it.
too, bro.